Hello friends, I'm Meghna Thomas and welcome back to our channel Golden Epaulettes Aviation Pilot Training Academy, your route to the cockpit. This video is a continuation of my previous video of how to choose the right flying school. In case you haven't watched the previous video, the link for the same would be available in the section below. Now without wasting any time, let's quickly see what are the other things that you should keep in your mind before you select the right flying school for yourself. So the next important thing that you should look for in a flying school is the aircraft fleet. A significant difference between the flying schools is the type of training aircrafts they have in their fleet. While choosing a school, you should look for new and modern aircraft. Why? Because they are safer, with less maintenance issues and enjoyable to fly. You should also look for the student aircraft ratio and also the number of instructors. It shouldn't be that once you've joined your flying school, you're waiting for weeks and weeks to start your flying, or maybe you have flown today and you have to wait for another week or maybe 2 weeks for your next slot to fly. So if they have more number of aircraft, for example, if they have Cessna 152s, approximately 10 in numbers, so you would not have to wait for that long to finish your flying hours on the same. Well, if you're someone who wishes to take it easy, you're not in the league where people are running to finish off their training in 1 year, 2 years, then it's okay for you. That doesn't matter. But in case you're someone who wishes to finish it off in a year and a half, then yes, it is important to make sure that the fleet is big. Well, you might be someone who just intends to have a PPL. PPL, basically you get it once you have finished 40 hours of flying. It hardly takes about 3 months. So for people like those who are just into hobby flying, who do not want to make this as a profession, for them it is easy. They could just go to a nearby school and where they don't have many demands, right? Because all they have to do is finish off their 40 hours of flying, so they could take it easy. So such people could go to a nearby flying club where there are a handful of Cessna 152s and finish off their requirements. If you are someone who wishes to become a commercial pilot and join the airline, then you should be looking for a school which has all the aircrafts that you need to fly at one place. It shouldn't be so that you are doing your single engine rating in one place and then you go to the other place to do your multi-engine rating. Well, there are people who do that, but to have all your aircrafts at one place is better, saves you the time and the money. So it will be easier for you to finish off your PPL, your CPL, your instrument rating, multi-engine rating, and much better if all is done at one place. But before finalizing on your flying school, please make sure that you keep this thing in mind and you find out the safety and the reputation of the school. A school's safety record and reputation is probably the first thing that you should be checking before you take admission in that flying school. You can visit the flying school that you intend to join, go see the aircraft fleet, speak with the instructors, go through their safety record, check how the maintenance happens, how the repair work happens. This will give you an insight of what really happens in the flying school. Choose a flying school that takes its safety seriously because you will have a safer training. About a flying school's reputation, please just don't go by hearsay. If you need to, please join a Facebook group where you can ask about the flying school, or you may check with an alumni, ask them about how the process was, how easy or difficult was it, how fast was it. Please make sure that you speak to people, learn from people about their experiences, and then make the right choice. But now that we've seen all this, there is one more thing that you should really do before you think of starting your flying training. Please make sure you take a discovery flight, or maybe a flight for just an experience. Let me tell you something that happened with us during our training. We were a batch of 7 pilots, basically 7 people who were for training, and we all were taken on our very first flight. So this all happened when the first flight was given to us after we finished our ground schooling. We had to write some subjects, exams, and we waited for the SPL. So SPL is a student pilot license. Only after you get your SPL can you begin your flying training. So once we got our SPL, we were all taken on our first flight. Everyone individually, the instructor takes you, he gives you a feel of the aircraft, he makes you do some turns and probably make you climb high and then go down to basically see how well you're doing in the aircraft. Now there was the student with us who until that day did not know that he was afraid of heights. Can you imagine someone who does not know that he's afraid of heights? Well, this person has flown in aircrafts. Well, he's flown in the commercial aircrafts, he's been a passenger, but it is a very different experience when you're sitting in the cockpit. As a passenger, all you're doing is you're looking out of the window, enjoying the view, and you're not really bothered about what's happening. But from the cockpit, your view is a little different. And while coming for landing, it can be a little scary if you are scared of heights. So please be sure that you do not have any such phobia before you make the decision of joining a flying school. So always better to take an orientation flight or a flight for an experience, just tell your instructor. You might have to pay something. Of course, it can't be done for free, or maybe you could go as a passenger with a student. But yes, make sure that you will be okay with what you're going to train for. Like I always say, pilot training costs a lot of money. It is quite expensive. So be sure that you're investing your money at the right place. So this is all I have for you from my side about how to choose the right flying school. I hope my video will help you in making the right decision for yourself. If you have any other doubts or queries, please feel free to contact us at the address and contact details mentioned below. I hope you love seeing our videos. We definitely enjoy making them for you. Stay tuned to our channel for more updates and videos. Come, let's fly!